Well, hello everybody. It's such an exciting time because it's our annual and virtual Summer Skin Rescue. I'm Dr. Melanie Palma, if you haven't met me. We're in Art of Skin MD right now. We're actually in one of our sections where we do the majority of our non-invasive body contouring. But we wanted to showcase some of our technologies, and I wanted to go over some of our great specials. If you are interested, if you look in our blog section on artofskinmd.com, and if you're receiving our daily emails, we've got all of the pricing, and we've got a few kind of bump ups that we've done this year that have been very enticing. A lot of our patients that have been here in the office this week have taken advantage. And one of the things that we're doing is with some of our filler packages, which I'll explain at the end, we're giving you some free neuromodulator treatment. So that has been like a welcome gift, I think, for a lot of patients. And with all of the technologies that we're talking about, we are actually giving some free products that marry well with the technology we're doing. So we're not demonstrating old therapy today, but old therapy for almost 15 years, a decade and a half, has been the gold standard for non-surgical, non-invasive skin tightening. So it was first approved for the brow. We use it in the lower face as well as on the neck. We can use it on the décolleté, even given areas on the body, and we're doing really incredible savings with it. If you do buy an old therapy package, we wanted to showcase what you're actually getting. So you get this very cool little basket that's amazing. You also get a bio serum, and then we're also giving away a bit of Xeomin, which is the neuromodulator that is from MERS, which is the company that produces old therapy. So very popular. I would say we pair old therapy a lot with our EMface treatments. We'll do EMface kind of on the full face and submentum, and then we'll do a lot of old therapy kind of on the lower face and the neck to help sort of tighten and help with that really pretty refined jawline. So I wanted to move on to Stephanie. Almost everybody I think knows Stephanie Williams. She's our amazing PA, and we have Isabel, who's one of our amazing medical assistants, who's being our little demo over our lunch hour. And we're demonstrating the BTL platform. So this is Exion. We are so popular in using this device. We actually have two of them. This houses our EMface device, which we'll show you next door. And Stephanie actually does a ton of microneedling with radio frequency. So we use this in superficial settings to really target the epidermis and the dermis. As you can tell, we've just done topical numbing with Isabel. And how does it feel? Maybe you can say, Isabel, to everybody out there, like not only a hello, but what does it feel like? Because people often want to know.
Honestly, with the numbing cream, it's very mild. It just feels like small, needles. It's just small pricks.
Okay.
It's nothing crazy.
Yeah. So like a funny maybe a bit of a heat, but a little bit of a zing sensation, but something that's very tolerable. So we do a lot of microneedling, and oftentimes when we do microneedling, we want to do something therapeutic when we're creating these little channels in the skin. So moving over here, I want to talk about a product that we've debuted just in the last year that has been extremely popular in our practice. We've got one topical that patients take for at-home use. I've been using this about a year. Patients have had it for about 6 months. And it's an exosome product called Invo Aesthetics. What I love about it is I tell patients it's like the Harry Winston of skincare products, but at more like Target pricing. So it actually is a combination of peptides, proteins, growth factors, and exosomes. Exosomes are little packets that are pinched off by our cells, and they contain information that is messaging for anti-inflammation, pro sort of cellular renewal, pro collagen building. I love it for an at-home treatment. So a lot of our patients pair this either with a bakuchiol treatment or a retinol or a retinoid. We recommend this after lots of our in-office sort of energy-based devices. So if we're doing microneedling, we're doing a radio frequency device, if I'm doing laser resurfacing, if we're doing photodynamic therapy, this often becomes part of the renewal process after they've actually had the procedures. The other thing that we're doing a lot of is helping with sort of melasma, helping with overall skin texture, and helping with hair rejuvenation. So we actually pair Invo, which has got a solution that helps with brightening, one that helps with just renewal, and then they have a hair-driven specific renewal. And we actually often combine this with either a laser or with different settings on the Exion device that actually help with hair growth. So one of my favorite products, definitely check it out. During the sale, we're actually offering 15% off our skincare that is non-prescription strength. So this does include the Invo Aesthetics. I know Christy recommends this a ton. I do as well. I know Stephanie does as well. And patients love this product. We've had people definitely stocking up on it. And it was just featured recently in some of the beauty magazines as well as being one of the things that I think is really sort of groundbreaking and one of these regenerative topicals that actually work. Finally, we're not demonstrating it today, but we also have incredible savings on laser resurfacing. So we're also falling into fall and getting into winter soon. And I think in San Diego, that's a prime time to do laser resurfacing. There's a lot of chatter about it on social media. We have a fractionated CO2 device. I've actually been doing laser resurfacing since 2008, and we do it in a really novel way where we actually combine it with another light-based device, and I sometimes even combine it with photodynamic therapy to really help with sun damage, precancerous spots, wrinkles. We use it for acne scarring, and when you do this, it's really paired nicely, and we give usually a couple $1,000s off the face price. So that, again, that's something you can see on the blog, but this is the best time if you are considering laser resurfacing. I only do this special one time a year in the fall during the summer skin rescue. So we're going to leave this room. I want to thank Stephanie and Isabel for this, and we're going to move on to the next room talking about some of the non-invasive body contouring devices that we do. We do have several raffle items, so I actually should mention that. We have an Elastin raffle prize, and it's got basically everything we carry here in the office. And then I did mention BioSerum, which is a NeoCutis device. So if we pan over to this, we are doing a raffle item of basically all of the NeoCutis products. So this includes BioCream, BioSerum, their eye cream, which is Lumiere Firm Riche, as well as Hyalus, which is just a pure hyaluronic acid. It's a lovely prize, and all we ask for the raffles is just drop a comment, tell us what you're most excited about, tell us what you're thinking about purchasing, tell us what is your favorite procedure here at Art of Skin MD. So we are gonna move on, and we're coming in to say hi to Christy, and we've got Judy, our lovely model over here, and we are demonstrating over here EMFace.
Yes.
Which we have had EMFace about 3 years.
Yeah.
We were the first clinic in California to actually have the device, and we've actually been a site of one of the clinical studies. So we were one of 3 clinical sites that conducted the under eye study, which is the newest FDA indication.
So guy right here.
So you can see that we're right now on Judy, we're demonstrating treatment of her forehead, which raises the brows and helps with forehead wrinkles. In the under eye treatment, what we saw after 4 treatments at a month afterwards was about a 25% improvement in the crow's feet, a 62% improvement in dark under eye circles, and about a 1.5 milliliter, that's like a syringe and a half of material, a reduction of under eye bags. So patients love this treatment because, Judy, explain what it feels like. It kind of feels like what?
It feels like a little warm stone massage. It's very comfortable. It feels therapeutic.
Yeah, so maybe Christy, you can explain the reason it feels warm and the reason you're getting a massage is what? There's 2 technologies at play.
It's a dual technology. So what we're using is radio frequency for heat, and then we're using HIFES, which is electrical muscle stimulation to raise or to contract the muscles. So we're able to do EMFace on 4 different areas of the face. We can do the forehead, the under eye, we can actually do the cheeks, which lifts the cheeks, and we can do under the chin, which helps to reduce any subcutaneous fatty tissue and also sharpen the jawline. So we can do 4 different areas, and usually it's a series of 4 to 6 treatments, super easy, 20-minute treatments once a week, and you get a beautiful lift in all these different areas.
Thank you so much. So what is incredible, and we've never done this before, we've made this a very juicy offer, is the more areas you treat with EMFace, so we've got a lot of patients that have had such success in the mid-face and the forehead, they're now interested in the under eye or treating the submental area. If you are buying multiple areas, you start to save more. So if you're doing 3 areas, you basically get the procedure for half off,
Right.
Which is amazing. And the other thing we're doing, which is really great, is BioSerum. You get a complimentary product with purchase. So that helps just gently encourage collagen growth afterwards. We're helping with collagen and elastin growth when we're actually doing EMFace, along with toning the muscles. I love regenerative technologies. The under eye treatment we call something easy underneath the eyes, and it's when we combine EMFace with Christy, and then either Stephanie or myself does Easy Gel, which is a blood product. We do a little blood product, spin it down. We're doing a little special on that. But talk to us. I mean, if you've got questions about things, we can do a little mini consultation. But EMFace is such a popular thing that we really wanted to make it easy and accessible for patients. And so this is the first time we're offering such a nice discount, I think, for patients if they're doing multiple areas. And I think it's a great way, if you've had treatment and have success, to kind of book up so that you've got your maintenance treatments at a great value. So love this treatment. I love that there's no downtime. It does not hurt. I think it's very relaxing. It's one of those things you can Netflix and chill while you're doing it. But we also wanted to highlight a couple other things in the room. So the first is peels. So I was just actually chatting with a patient this morning about this. She is a richer Fitzpatrick skin type. She's Asian, and so she has concerns about hyperpigmentation. And these peels, the BI peels, are medium depth peels, but they really have the downtime of just a superficial peel, and they don't hurt. So it has phenol as a component. It has TCA, and normally these are extremely stingy when you have them applied. I remember trying this out in sort of residency. They are stingy without this, but because of the proprietary blend, it does not hurt. You just peel day 3 through 5.
Exactly.
So these are very popular. I think as we go into fall, it would be something to consider. And so if you're talking to Christy about some of these muscle toning devices, body devices, but you're wondering about something that is kind of fun and you want to explore a peel, but something that does build collagen, helps with pigmentation, I think the VI peels are really nice to explore. And when you buy 2, you get 1 free. Correct. With this special.
Yes.
So moving on, we wanted to highlight Coolsculpting.
Yes. One of my favorite things to do. Coolsculpting is a body contouring treatment that helps for fat reduction. So it is actually freezing the fatty tissue and reduces it for up to about 25-30% each time you have it done. The nice thing about Coolsculpting is that we have different applicators, so we are able to tailor the treatment to each patient. So I have, little tiny ones up to larger ones for each separate area, and it really does a nice job of reducing volume. And then we come in and we can actually really sculpt somebody's shape as well. Usually takes about 2 treatments, at least 2 treatments, done about a month apart, and then you see your final result usually around 3 months later. So you definitely want to think about doing something like this if you're trying to get summer ready or ready for a vacation. You want to think about it well ahead of time so that you have enough time to, so your body has enough time to get rid of those little fat cells.
And what's great about this is we offer complimentary consultations with Christy. Christy taught Coolsculpting Academy, so she has been doing it for how many years? Over a decade.
Yeah, about 10 or so
and
years.
she's an educator, so she is the person that was the source of information to teach neophytes if they were learning the technology, best practices, how to really get the best outcomes, how to talk to patients about things, and how we can leverage this technology to really get the best contour changes that we want. So the special we're doing for Summer Skin Rescue is you buy 6 applicators, you get 2 free. And so she can explain what that is if you're newer to the technology, but really tried and true. I mean, you've done it on me.
Oh my gosh, yes.
So I've had like a little armpit
Yeah,
done. That's the nice thing.
exactly.
We've got larger applicators, smaller ones, so we can really finesse things. We have, a lot of fit patients, but there's problem areas. So I think this is a really wonderful way of debulking things. So we often will use this for fat removal first, and then use something like EMSculpt Neo, which is a muscle toning device, to functionally, so there's new indications that actually help with functional medicine. So just quality of life measures, keeping our core muscles really strong, but then we get the lovely aesthetic benefits too of getting like a nice 6-pack and a little perkier derriere, or we can tighten up the triceps and help with the biceps. Or we're now it's 100 days away from ski season, so some of our skiing people, and we've actually had a couple people rehabbing after ortho surgery. It's a great way to get our quad muscle back and really support some of those tissues if we've had surgery, on the hip or on the knee. So ask. Christy's amazing, and she's just such a wealth of knowledge and just a kind person, and I think somebody you feel comfortable talking about face or body sort of toning with. So thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Before we talk about packages, I want to quickly go back to Stephanie, if we can, just for a second. And I wanted to talk about two things. We're not showcasing it, but we are now approaching fall. We're getting cooler weather. We had rain last night, and so IPL's become a popular technology as people want to remove photo damage. So we are doing specials with Stephanie for IPL for face, neck, and chest. It's a really lovely time to do it because we offer a nice sort of discount on that. And then finally, we really believe in feminine wellness and health, and so I wanted to showcase something called EMfemme 360. We don't have before and afters on the website because this involves rejuvenation and helping with circulation in the female genital area, but it is something that Stephanie really enjoys doing. I saw you just had a consultation yesterday with a patient, and it's something that we can use to non-invasively, with no downtime and small series of treatments, help with circulation. And then there is published data that Stephanie can talk to you about during the consultation that there's other advantages of doing this, and we'd be happy to share before and afters of how we can help with the health in the genital and labial area. So let us know if that's a concern. I know it sounds like maybe funny to talk about, but we're happy to do it in a really professional environment. And then finally, I'll let you guys be. I don't know if you have any parting words, Stephanie, before we go, but Stephanie and I are offering packages on our injectables, so I'll explain that out here. And I'm really excited about this because we have always had really popular sort of packages with our fillers with Summer Skin Rescue in the Restylane family, the Sculptra family, and then our MERS family, which includes Radiesse and Bellatero, and then in our Juvederm family, which is all of those products that start with V. Skin Vive is in that. Juvederm products are in that as well. So I want to explain each of those packages and how we've kind of enhanced them this year. So with the Restylane Enhanced package, you will buy 3 and you get 1 free. And what's also nice about this is we are offering Dysport. So I think you get 50 units. Let me make sure that I'm actually saying that correctly. Yes, you get 50 units of Dysport free. So people have loved that when we've been checking out in the last week. I think this is a great sort of accentuation point if you're considering lip enhancement, if you need a little bit of support around the mouth, if you've got temple volume loss, if we're wanting to do a little cheek pop and you're considering buying one of these packages, it's nice to know that you're also getting some complimentary Dysport as well. Our Sculptra package is traditionally one of our best-selling packages. Sculptra is a collagen stimulating agent. We use this on the face and body, and this is this best special that I do all year. It's buy 3 and you get 1 free, and similar to the Restylane package, you will get 50 units of Dysport for free when you actually purchase that product. So we have lots of patients that actually buy multiple packages because it's the best that Stephanie and I do during the year. And then I wanted to explain our MERS package. So with this one, you buy 2 syringes and you get 1 free, either of Radiesse or Bellatero. And with that, you get 25 units of ZMN for free. So that's a really nice opportunity to use what's called the naked Botox. So this doesn't have the complexing protein. So if you want to try, if you've been like a Dysport or a Botox girl and you want to kind of try, this is sometimes a nice option. If you're considering Radiesse for jawline refinement, for hand rejuvenation, if we're using it for neck rejuvenation, Bellatero is awesome for little fine lines. So let us know if you're interested in that package. And then the final package is the Juvederm package. And this, similar to the Restylane, you can mix and match. You buy 3 and we give you 1 for free. I love things like Voluma for structural changes. Juvederm Ultra and Ultra Plus are great, I think, in areas to support around the mouth and occasionally the lips. The Skin Vive, which we've actually been involved with 2 of the FDA trials. So we actually conducted here at this site, about 6 or 7 years ago, Skin Vive for the cheek wrinkles, and then we just completed and have submitted, and it's sitting with the FDA, information in treating the neck area. So Skin Vive is used not as an injectable but as a skin hydrator. So we use this, I tell patients, almost to face tune. So it helps sort of blur some of the little radial lines along the cheek. We use it to soften the appearance of tech neck lines. Really lovely product, and I often will use that as a booster to some of the other things like Restylane products, Sculptra products, Radiesse products that we're using either in the face or in the neck to help with skin quality. And with the Juvederm package, if you purchase that, you're actually getting Botox complimentary with that. So that'll be a really nice boost, and I know patients are super appreciative of being able to pair that with their injectable technology. And then finally, wanted to go over a couple of our other raffle items. So we have this amazing little beach bag from Elta MD. Elta MD is a favorite in terms of sunscreen. One of my new favorites that I know we're recommending in the clinic is they've got a green tinted sunscreen that's called UV Recovery Complex. And it's got an amino acid blend as well as something called Centella asiatica, which is an Asian plant. It's used a lot in Korean skincare lines, and it helps calm the skin. So we love it for post-procedure patients, acne patients, rosacea patients, people that just have a compromised skin barrier, and it masks some of the red. So I actually blend it with some of my other sunscreens and really have been loving that combo. So that is a great raffle prize. And then finally, Art of Skin, we've got our own line, and we've got almost all of our goodies in that raffle package as well. So just remember to comment, say what you're excited about, if there's something you're planning on doing, what you've had success with, what you're looking forward to with Summer Skin Rescue this year. And with that, I'm going to give you parting words, and I'm going to say goodbye. I want to thank Christy, and I want to thank Stephanie for their time, and our gorgeous models, Judy and Isabel, for being such rock stars, but with easy procedures. So if you guys have questions, we're on lunch break right now, but we'll be back online this afternoon. And Summer Skin Rescue runs this week through next week. You can find great information on our blog, on our website. If you're not getting our newsletter, give us a call in the afternoon. We'll make sure that your email is on that, and we can either take orders over the phone or you're welcome to come see us in person, okay? All right, bye guys.
Thank you.